Okay, so welcome back to the OEM commercial framing segment of our 2013 National Sales Meeting. And if you recall, I promised that we would reach downstream, if you will, and talk with our customers' customers. So let's meet Susan McCain from TEG Architects.
My name is Susan McCain. I'm an interior designer. I've been in the field for about 15 years. The past 8 years strictly commercial. I'm with TEG Architects, and our main niche is healthcare. We also do schools, municipal buildings, and sports and recreation. TEG Architects has been in business for 20 years. We have one owner, Mr. Wayne Stoffenall, and his wife, Teresa. We house architectural services as well as planning and interior design.
So there we have the profile of the customer that your retail customer will be calling on if in the event they are interested in pursuing a career in OEM commercial framing for particularly hospitals. But one wonders just exactly what they do for a living. So let's see what she has to say about what she does.
So we have 4 floors building up like this. Each one of these would be a patient room. And each one of these patient rooms, we were asking for 1 to 2 pieces of artwork. So multiply this entire plan by 4 floors. And this just included the patient rooms and the corridors. It did, and also the waiting rooms and the lobby rooms. Each one of my floors had a different scheme and finishes. So what I'll do, I'll work with the artist or the photographer and create a wayfinding kind of a path light for each one of these floors. But the frames must be consistent floor to floor to floor with the look. And I may say our casework has this type of finish. I want my frame and the grain to come in and complement or to match this color. Right. And again, we're talking about 850 frames. So that's how I'll start with my project and with our clients. And I would have to take these to the clients. Our frames have to be very durable because of the kind of locations. They're in patient rooms, they're in corridors. They have to be functional, they have to be able to be cleaned, and they have to, for security and safety reasons, we have to provide some kind of a safety lock, and then we have the ADA codes and regulations that we have to follow too.
So here we have 2 things: the safety lock, which is of course security hanging systems that all of us are theoretically familiar with, and then the ADA regulations, which stands for the American Disabilities Act. And in there you'll find a variety of requirements to adhere to accommodate disabled people. Let's see here. How does a production framer get your attention, I wonder?
All right, so have you had any other commercial framers, say, call on you before, and how would that work? Are you open to other people coming in your door?
We have had several framers visit us. We do have a resource library here at TEG Architects.
Right.
And I think the main thing with the framers and the artists need to know the scope of work and how large it is. Once again, I think they all need to be familiar with who we are and what we do, and try to familiarize themselves with our plans and our clientele.
So let's just kind of dumb it down. They come walking up to the door, they just sort of knock on the door and come up to the receptionist and say, I am Joe with, framing company XYZ, and they drop off a card. How does it start?
I think it starts with the suppliers need to be familiar with the people they're calling on once again, and walk in and maybe say, hi, my name is Susan and I'm here, and I understand that you're working on Union Hospital, and I have some art services I would like to present to you and see if we could co-partner in some of the interior services. that you work with.
Is there any benefit in having a sales rep for a picture framing company stop by and introduce themselves to you?
Absolutely. We deal with carpet reps, tile reps, paint reps, solid surface, laminates. It's all over the board, and that's what we do. We specify the package as a whole.
And so there you have it. The question has been answered. This designer is needing your attention. There was some discussion at the national sales meeting about make sure that you do your homework, because as you know, there are a lot of designers out there. Only a few select are actually working on projects of this magnitude, and we should try to isolate who they are. Let's go back and talk to Judy. Again, we're looking for a variety of things. One of them is production strategies, and let's see what she's doing with regards to bidding.
Well, then you run into the problem of, are they using us to get the package so they can send it to someone else to, produce much less cheaply? And we've not had the opportunity then to invoice for our time. And so we've learned just recently even how important it is to cover ourselves and protect ourselves on the proprietary work that we send to someone. Recently, we've had...
Let me stop here for just a moment to make sure that we get more detailed about this bidding process. All of us have gone to our customer, the retail custom framer, and heard stories about how a consumer will go in and get a frame job quoted, and then they'll go down the street and get the same job quoted from a different retailer. Well, it turns out that when you have a larger number of frames, the likelihood of this bidding process starting to happen is increased dramatically. And so what she has done is created some solutions here. Clearly the person that is bidding the job does not have all of the design. Again, we're talking about selecting the floor plans, putting the artwork in the right place, pulling the imagery, selecting the mat boards, the frame, and so on and so forth. All of that takes a lot of time. So once the package is actually completed, she'll forward it to the customer with a statement of confidentiality on the bottom indicating that she is in fact the owner of that data, which will prevent them from submitting it for bid. Just a little tip when talking to retail OEM.
An opportunity to become involved on a very large hotel project, which exceeds our staff. And it's really nice to know that Universal is there to enable us to use them as our back room. And it's great to work with the products that you have, and then just developing and tweaking a little bit and coming up with our own design. And everyone has really, really liked that.
So there you have it. She is working with Universal Arquati to actually produce some room art, and so that's a quoting process in play. And then also her CPDs that she has run through us. So what's the bottom line?
For the reps that call on me that I've known for a very long time, because we've been in business so long, they still don't know what to bring in and show me, because they don't understand our business. They've never attempted to understand our business. I don't need to see 20 cases of molding. I don't do retail. We only do the commercial line, and there's only certain products, as I've tried to explain to them, I'm only interested in. So it's really it's a waste of my time and their time to bring all that in. I don't want to look at it. Just pull out for me what I want to see, and you should know by now what I want to see. Listen to me. They don't listen. They come in with a set pitch in their head, and that's what they do, and they never listen to what you're telling them.
And so there you have it. This concludes our segment on OEM commercial framing.